would think I became a little arrogant and a little careless. When I rewatched Satya about a few months back, it hit me like a thunderbolt. I think there will be an unpredictability when you don't know the actor.
Rightly, Ramu, you're hailed as a pioneer of offbeat films with new faces.
I don't think the film will be the same.
Welcome, Ramu.
Yeah. Yeah.
On behalf of Deshwale. Tell me, I have been meeting you off and on right from
Correct.
the first film,
Yeah, from Shiva.
Shiva.
Yeah.
Difference between Ramu of Satya and Shiva and now. What is the difference?
Yeah. I personally think I did films with an instinct, not really thinking about consciously thinking about what I was doing, and that's one phase at a point of time. And I was a very curious person by nature, and so when I first time came to Bombay making Rangeela, and then I a lot of things I was observing here and there, which kind of finally became Satya. You know, then I think then there was a phase now where I kind of I wouldn't say got lost. I would think I became a little arrogant and a little careless, a combination of them both. And then when I rewatched Satya about a few months back, it hit me like a thunderbolt. So that is when I realized what I made actually. I mean, I don't know if anybody will understand what I mean by that. So I think now I'm a more conscious person, more I would say, where I could just for a few years I laid off and not really. And I think, yeah, that would be the difference. So today probably I can talk about Satya much better than what I could have talked at that time. So I think there is a difference.
And as a filmmaker, to what extent have you undergone transformation?
I think the transformation is nothing but a direct, it will be in proportion to what new experiences you've gathered, what new understanding gathered, what new things you heard about your work, and also what new things you saw in others' work. I think that's a sum total of that which would be the transformation. You can't say specifically, I don't think one can point out. Yeah.
And what is the USP of the Rangeela new version? Is it 4K?
I would not say that. I mean, 4K, fine. The remastered sound. But I think more than anything else, after whatever impact it created at that time, later on, it will be probably seen on TV or YouTube somewhere, and then, but the big screen effect with the proper sound and the big picture, I think it will definitely be a new experience. So there's a difference between watching something on a phone and something on the big screen. I would think that, yeah.
Rightly, Ramu, you're hailed as a pioneer of offbeat films with new faces. Of course, in between you have made films with stars when the subject deserved that. But how do you think about your reputation, this offbeat film with new faces? You never bother about I should make a film with a known star.
I won't say the new faces is not my thing, but I think when there's an actor who's not known, it becomes the character and the believability in the story, I think, becomes very heightened. This I understood from Godfather. See, in Godfather, if you technically look at it, there is no star. Say, Brando was a star maybe there. I never saw Marlon Brando before I saw Godfather. That's the only film I saw till today of Marlon Brando. So, because of that, whether it's Al Pacino or anyone for that matter, I think there will be an unpredictability when you don't know the actor. You know, if instead of maybe Al Pacino, if there was Ryan O'Neal, who they wanted at that point of time, or someone like that, I don't think the film would be the same. So it is my understanding that when you don't know the person, for a certain cinema, I wouldn't say for everything, the effect will be much more. Yeah.
Is there any genre that you are not attempted till date?
I mean, quite a lot, which is what I want to do now. Like, for example, I just finished shooting Police Station Mein Bhoot. This is Manoj Vajpayee film. It's a horror film, but with a lot of humor. It's not a spoof. And the basic line goes like a dreaded cop he kills a gangster, and the gangster comes back as a ghost and haunts his police station. So I think on idea level itself there is some uniqueness. So I'm trying to figure out lots of such subjects, which is what I want to do for the in future.
Premises which are your unique premises with a combination of the supernatural and
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Why do you think the films from the south score over Mumbai products of late?
Yeah.
Earlier also it was there, but nowadays the pan India theme has clicked
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
big way.
I think the two reasons, Marty. So one reason I want to first say before that is not that all South Indian films are like that. South India makes as bad or maybe more bad films than Bollywood. But the ones which worked are coming from uniquely different thinking directors. That is something which I do not believe traditionally people who grew up in Bollywood can match, because they all get influenced by what kind of cinema they have seen and world cinema and whatever. So I think that would be one of the main reasons, I believe. Like, you can never expect a Kantara to come from Bollywood, for example. That's a very Rishabh Shetty kind of thinking as an individual. It is not Kannada cinema thinking. Like an animal, though it's a Hindi film, it's coming from a South Indian director. And you say it's come from the South. The South was as shocked with Animal compared to the North. It was not like that is a norm. But and also I think the uniquely independent vision of a director, I think, is what which gives rise to really unique cinema, which I think in a corporate culture is going to be very difficult for something like that to happen. Yeah.
And also it's not a very new trend, but of late the trend is to cast a North actor in a South film or a South actor in a North film. Like you have cast
Correct.
Ramesh in Booth in Police Station.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this
See,
trend?
I think that is something because of movies like Kantara, many films for that matter, they kind of prove that the audience don't really care about as long as the film is holding them, which actor is from where and all that. So eventually it's an Indian film which are making, and why not have actors from different diaspora? I think that is the thinking. Yeah.
And Ramu, it's a very silly question. Why did you become a filmmaker?
I think a filmmaker fundamentally is a storyteller. There are people who like to tell stories, including the guy with the fire said and make some people sit. And the extension of that is using the craft of filmmaking. It could be music, camera, actors, sound, and all of them together to make the story you're telling to be more effective and more emotionally evocative. I would think that is so. It is stemming from my desire to be a storyteller. That's where the origin is. I used to tell stories in college. I used to tell stories in my teens. I used to tell stories even in my 10th standard school time. I think it's a natural extension of that.
I think it is a passion which has turned into profession.
Yeah, which is true.
And also, why very few filmmakers like you or Mani Ratnam are able to make a dent in the all over India circuit?
That again is coming back to the same thing. I think anything which is uniquely different from what they see is not like a template. It's not like most filmmakers tend to repeat what's already successful, and they don't have their own personality reflecting in the film.
And they play the same
director's
game.
personality is reflecting in the film. That is what gives it uniqueness.
You don't like to play safe game.
I do not believe that. In fact, I think I play a more safe game, because if you're trying to just imitate the majority, that has chances of failing much more than the so-called risk maker. Yeah.
And how did you decide to spot A.R. Rahman, rediscovering after Mani Ratnam had discovered him for Roja? First time you
See, I would think it is Rahman who kind of discovered, and no one can take credit for that. And the fact that when I heard it, the music was so different, the music was so effective, and the rhythms were so different and all that. So I wanted that kind of a sound for the first musical I was making. Yeah.
And this trend of re-releasing films, what do you have to say about this?
I think Pretty much in the 90s, 80s also they used to do that, but that was for a different reason, because many films were not there. Sometimes theaters were going empty, so they used to re-release films. I remember in the 70s, Mechanized Gold used to keep on coming back again and again, or Enter the Dragon or something. So now I think it's more for nostalgia. It's something which stood the test of time, something which is going on talking about, and I think that is the reason why. Yeah.
And to go back to Rangeela, when you made it earlier, how did you tackle Amir Khan, an actor who is known for his interference with the director?
See, Amir never interferes. I think it's a mistaken notion, because he's got very clear ideas and is passionate. He's also a filmmaker. He also has a passion for cinema in general, apart from being an actor. So I think on a collaborative effort like making a film, he would share his opinions. He would say, "This, I think this is that," and we would have to have a conversation. Sometimes I convinced him, and sometimes he convinced me. So that's how it happened. I know many actors who kind of shut off if the director does not listen, and they make a mess of the film. Yeah.
So, as a filmmaker, you believe in collaborating with your actors
Yeah.
as far as their views are concerned.
I collaborate with everyone, even an assistant director tells me something, I listen. Yeah.
And why you have not made another film with Amir Khan after Rangeela?
There's no particular reason or anything. Maybe because I tend to make very intense crime films and all that. Maybe I didn't see that him in a kind of a role. But when I have something which I think I need him, I will obviously approach him. Yeah.
Tell me something about Booth in Police Station.
Yeah, it's basically in one line a story of a cop killing a gangster who comes as a ghost. Like we always think when we run to the police when we are scared, but where will the police run to when they are scared? That is fundamentally what it is. Yeah.
And which are the new promising actors you find in the North?
I really don't. I don't look at actors. I look at the suitability of an actor to the role. Yeah.
And can you name 5 best films of yours as far as your career is concerned?
I would definitely say, Sarkar, Satya, Company, Rangeela, and even Nishabt. Yeah.
And has your outspokenness and frankness cost you a lot?
No. I don't think so. Eventually, what will cost you is the quality of films you make, and nothing to do with me as a person. Yeah.
And what are your next plans other than Booth in Police Station?
I'm also working on Sarkar 4. Yeah.
And it will be completely different kind of subject.
Yeah. I'll share those details with you at a point in time.
And one last question is, why you didn't think of making Rangeela 2 or a remake of Rangeela?
See, I think it would be very stupid to make Rangeela 2 because I think the main point being the actors are very well known and etched on people who have seen Rangeela. They won't be wishing to see someone else in that space. And second is, if the people who have not seen Rangeela, new generation, why bring their baggage back? You can make a film like Rangeela, don't call it Rangeela. That's how I would think. Yeah.
Thank you, Ramu. On behalf of Deshwali, I thank you very much for this illustrative and illuminating interview.
Yeah. Thank you.